Yes, sir. Welcome back to the streets according to Shelz. You don't know we're here live on the Bridge 99 FM. And you don't know what our vibes we're talking about. The importance of self-love and self-healing. And I'm joined by some special guests tonight. You know what I love about my show? Is that my real friends can be a part of the show. That's amazing, man. And tonight I have brothers with me, man. Two brothers. One you guys are already familiar with. It's the show's favorite, Mark Davis. What going, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And the G, Jason Henry. What going, bro? Man. You know what's interesting about Mark and Jason is that these guys have what I'd like to call an underground podcast. If that makes sense, Yeah, I like that. It's called Wasted Wisdom. Right. I call it underground because I'm not really enough up on the self. Like, I'm not true to shit, but it's like I'm not really enough up on the self. Like people are listening to it in a while. Yeah. But you guys drop some real gems on that, man, and it's a real good vibration. But bro. So I'm looking forward to hear what you guys have to say on this. So let's go right into it, man. Sure. Jason, right away. Yeah, man. How important and before we even get into it, I hope you realize that it's like guys' night right now. Why? But, it's very important for me to have bros talking like this, because I feel like this is such a topic that men shy away from. I don't know if shy away is the right word, but we'll just be like, another day, bun some game or something.
We're tough.
Yeah. But, yeah, Jason, how important is it, though, for us to heal ourselves, like find a way to self-heal?
Well, I feel like it's probably the most important thing I've ever done for myself. Because I heard you talking about what your parents were able to give you, but then how society kind of messed that up.
Yeah.
I completely relate to that. Because for me, my thing was more like inconsistent. So it's almost like, okay, so this is okay, but them said that this is not okay. So who's right?
To listen to, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So then essentially you get to a point where it's kind of like, maybe I should listen to the one person that I'm not listening to, which is myself.
Wow.
So then I just do that, and then it's like.
But is that easy though in this time though? Like listen to that one person, because for some people it's like there's a reason why I'm not listening to myself. It's like a self. How do you listen to yourself?
Well, I mean, to break that down, I think firstly one of the reasons we don't listen to ourselves is because like we're like a certain kind of species where we need people. And so, like, when you get to know yourself, it's usually through people.
Oh.
Right? So your parents, your society, all that kind of stuff. That's why certain people...
is nurture.
Exactly. Right? You see, like, how people are like, yeah, I'm good at this because all these other people told me I'm good at it. I'm going to try it.
Validation, yeah.
Right? So then you get programmed to be successful because people built you up. Right? What is the same way people can tear you down?
There it is. And so that just means that you have to you have to just look at yourself like as a foundation. In a way.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because like when everybody is kind of like, you realize the variance in the discourse at some point is like you kind of just, well, maybe I should speak for myself, but you kind of get to like a dark night of the soul, so to speak. And then you're just hearing yourself and it's like, what do I want? All of a sudden, that just popped in your head. What do I want? And then you try that and it feel good.
Yeah.
And then you just follow that.
Follow through. I like that, man. Mark, let's just piggyback on that, man, because what are the few ways people can ensure that they are healed? What worked for you? Like some pointers. But we're a solution-based show.
Absolutely. So we're focusing on healing of one's self first, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference between giving yourself love and healing yourself, because you can take care of yourself and go to the barber, get a little foot rub or whatever. That's taking care of yourself.
But like self-care.
Self-care. But healing the inner child. I think that's the first step. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us have grown and been conditioned into a lot of trauma responses, because a lot of people think trauma is what happened to you. Trauma is actually your reaction to what happened. You understand? And so it's more important to look back at that little child, that little Mark, that little Shelz, and see how you reacted to certain situations now with the knowledge that you have now. That to me, that's one of the first steps. And so a lot of people say meditation, but with meditation, you have to be careful that you're not ruminating, because there's a difference between rumination and meditation.
What's rumination?
Rumination is when you're dwelling on a situation that happened to you.
Yeah.
You understand? So a lot of people
like
think
in layman's terms, med's the wrong thing.
Yeah, med's the wrong thing, basically. You understand? So you sit down and you say, but my father was such a horrible person. My father was such a horrible person. My father was such a... You understand?
You don't want meds fund that.
Yeah, you don't want meds fund that.
No.
You understand?
So that's ruminating.
Exactly.
And so what's meditating then?
Meditating is more so, and I can't speak for myself because it might look different for everybody. You understand? And so for me, it's just more so just finding a place where there's a silence. You understand? And then you allow the inner child, the inner voice, that inner me to come out. You understand? Because it's there, that voice is there. When you're being ill-treated, you always know, for some, you have, we call it intuition.
Yeah.
You know that this is not how you're supposed to be treated. And you focus on that voice. That's what works for me.
I feel like that works for me as well, because, part of my meditation is watching cartoons for some reason.
I can relate. I can relate.
The nostalgia.
I was watching Edit and Edit today.
Classic.
I can tell you.
Bro.
Classic. Come on.
You know that in my house. Why? That's weird. Anyway.
But yeah, so Jason, in terms of relationships, right? A lot of people running into relationships before sorting out what people call baggage and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, man.
How important is it to be healed before starting a relationship with someone?
So this one is kind of tricky because even like I look at most people and I realize that when you're in a relationship with someone, they tend to be a mirror of you, right? So then now this is where it gets tricky, because if you're not really cognizant of that and you're not really paying attention to to be honest, it's like you can't even be honest about yourself. So you can point out all the flaws about them, but you can't see it in yourself. That's going to be a bit of a problem. So you're going to kind of need some help with that. But speaking for myself, I've been in relationships and I wasn't fully healed, but it was because I was in the relationship that I then saw, oh boy, I can't even judge her. I'm like this too. Maybe not in the same way, maybe not in the same frequency, but me guilty too.
Wow, man. Wow. I'm so enlightened, bro. Yo. No, because that's me. I think that's a lot of guys, man. Especially when you said the whole, your partner is a reflection of yourself in certain ways, man. Because did I choose this person because they understand the baggage, not understand it in the terms where like they can help me, but understand it because they help me dwell with the baggage.
And you call it trauma bonding.
Whoa.
Yeah,
there's a phrase for it.
Yeah, man. So it's called trauma bonding. So because I grew up and I was abused. It feels good to know that somebody else was abused as well, and so we just dwell on the same situation together. And
sometimes you just end up with someone who is also abusive, because even though you don't want that, it's familial, and sometimes familiarity is more comfortable. As weird as that might sound.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mark, we've often heard, that before you can love someone, this whole cliche, before you can love someone, we must first love ourselves. What does this mean to you?
It's very important. And as people would say, cliches do have some truth.
Yeah, they become cliche for a reason.
They're cliches for a reason. Because if I don't know how to treat myself, and if I don't know what's good for me, and I'm going to the biblical kind side of things, as the Bible would say, love your neighbor as you would love yourself.
Right.
There's a reason why, you understand? Because if I don't know how good treatment is, if I don't know how to be sympathetic, patient with myself, chances are I'm not going to be patient with you. You understand?
Or if you are, it's just to get something from them.
Exactly, because then that's when manipulation comes into play.
Whoa.
You understand?
You're right.
So it's really important to know yourself, love yourself before you go. And when I say know yourself, you'll never know your entire self and know how you're going to react to certain things when you're 30 or 40. When I say know yourself, it's just at least know the core values that you stand for. You understand? And then now when you meet someone or you're coming into a relationship, you know what that looks like.
Understood.
Yeah.
So Jason, what if you're in a situation where like you love yourself, so you are prepared to give someone that love, but the person you want to give that love doesn't love themselves? How would you approach that person? Like, how would you get them to see the love in themselves, like the love you see in yourself?
Somewhat, all right.
Or is it like that's a personal problem for them?
I mean, it's a bit of a misnomer because ultimately all I can do is just give them the freedom. You know what I'm saying? So if this is where they are on their journey, I'm not different than when I was where they were. You know what I'm saying? So the love that I got from the girlfriend I was with at the time is like maybe she was in a better place than me, and she was able to give me that space to be like, okay, well, if he's gonna push on certain boundaries, I'm going to have to say no or end the relationship. And it's the same thing with me. Yeah, that's ultimately what it is, because even though you want to give love to people, you don't want to not love yourself too. You have to know what you can take. And it's not about like being a doormat or anything like that to make people get away with whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mark. Oh yeah.
Cause I want to piggyback on that because for me, I believe also that when it comes on to that aspect of life, you should also work on. What was it I was about to say? It slipped me, you know. Because what was your last point just now, Jason?
I hate when that happens to you.
Yeah. What was your last point? Because it was something important.
I said that if you have to give them space.
Right. Right. So
right.
So the road to enlightenment, right? That's the next thing you know. The road to enlightenment teaches you that you also have other persons on their own journey. And so that's where you learn that, okay, she's on her journey. This is where she's at that point, and I must honor that, honor her boundaries, honor what she wants at that time. You understand? Yeah. It might infringe on my boundaries, so that's for me now to be able to like step back. But then the second point I wanted to add is that a lot of persons can't go on that journey on their own, and that's why therapy is important.
Thank you.
True.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, can I piggyback on that? Because I like when you said that is about a journey, and a lot of people think that love is more like a destination.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna get the girl, I'm gonna get the guy, and I'm gonna be happy,
partnership,
have kids,
build,
and all that stuff. Yeah. But in reality, it's like, but people make it seem like you get that, and it's the end. It's like the finality, you know? Yeah. And it's not. Like, there's the journey never ends until
happily ever after kind of thing.
Stop reading.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, man. You know, this is why I don't really like these topics, man, because you guys are teaching me a lot, man, because I'm not the easiest guy to be in a relationship with. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give trouble, ladies. I don't give trouble. But there are a lot of things within myself that I suggest I lie, man. But no, for real, I don't give trouble. I think that the troublesome thing about me is just certain things that I have to work out, like in terms of healing. You know what I mean? There's certain things that my ego, man, I don't know about you guys, but my ego, bro, it's insane, right? When it comes to the healing aspect, you know what I mean? Like, yo, why you listening to NSYNC? You know, well, and ex girl and 3 girl I call off your phone right now. Why you listen to NSYNC? I think about 1 girl when you can, you know what I mean? When the truth is, there's nothing wrong with going through the process of healing. So my question is, as men, when do we stop listening to our egos when it comes to healing? Do we ever stop? Should we ever stop? Because for me, a part of the reason why I'm so dependent on mine is because sometimes it's right. I just need to know when it's wrong, you know? I just wonder if you guys have ever had that issue.
I do have something to say on this. I don't know if you want to start.
All right, let me start, because I don't have much to say, because I believe ego is important, but because again, I just have this mindset that everything should be a balance. Right. But ego serves its purpose. Ego is what makes you competitive. You know, ego is what drives you to sometimes even feel confident. You understand?
Yeah.
And so it's important to have ego, but when you have a little bit too much, that's where you get in problems, you know, and that's where you have to like check yourself and really look and see if this is a place that I need to be at. Like, for example, if you realize you're hurting, you need to be able to give yourself some time to, you know, lick your wounds and feel better, you know?
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Jason, quickly, have anything to say?
Yeah, I think for ego personally, I just think that a lot of it is based on the programming that we get from other people.
Wow.
Because the fact of the matter is, bro, if we didn't have certain programming, our egos would be completely different.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So that was really all I had to say on that. So
Thank
check
you so
that out.
much. Thank you so much, bros. That's great. And that's an amazing note to kind of pause on. We're going to go to a quick break, guys. We can't even talk. Go into a quick break, guys. Stay tuned.
You're now in tune to
The Bridge 99 FM
from Jamaica
to the world. Right.